We all good? I hope so. It's been a while since I've done some Star Trek adventures, isn't it? Yes, it has been. Getting back onto the old hobby horse, getting back into the feel of coming in on the regs and doing the bits and pieces and playing the games and all the rest of it after the past few weeks of quiet misery and computer games and work being work. How are you all doing? Whenever you hear this, I hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you good, and if it's not, well, I hope you have a little bit of a respite. We're here once again in my rainy city, overlooking the cybernetic wastelands. But we're not doing cyberpunk today. No, we're doing some Star Trek adventures. So, some Captain's Log. And because of that, let's click the button and make it appear. Static, no, not static elements. We want to make Chrome appear. There we go. There's our spaceship. We're in the playlist section at the moment. We don't want to be there. So we are the we'll once be the USS Endeavor, which is a Constitution class starship, and we're exploring the galaxy, right, uncovering the alpha and beta quadrants. We are Captain Tabitha O'Reilly. Ah, that's good to hear. I know it's been a while since I recorded my last bit of Captain's Log, but we're going to try and get through it today. Try and get through a little bit of something. So yeah, we've got yes, I watched some of that the other day. I mean, so I'm looking forward to you doing more of it. So mine is nowhere near as well thought out as yours. So hopefully I'll be able to get somewhere and do something. Because it's been so long since I last did it, I expect to be a bit rusty. She, of course, I presume that this is kind of how a lot of folks end up going. Very Captain Kirk, right? High daring, high presence, high command, high con, reasonable security. I am thinking of once this ship moves on, I'll start up another game where I focus maybe on a more sciencey character. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see where the world takes us. Bridge crew that we know of so far: Dr. Farouk, Nassim Nex, and Tavar. Nassim Nex is a Trill chief engineer. Yeah. So we got human. I used Star Trek Online to make a little portrait. Her values. Let's double check her values again. It's been a while since I last looked. Never judge a book by its cover. Always expect the unexpected. Be the change you want to see in the world. And we need eternal vigilance to maintain our values. And her focuses are composure, team dynamics, persuasion, diplomacy, leading by example, and Starfleet protocol. Background-wise, she called out a superior and she was required to take command. Now this is interesting because I've got another book that I should pay. So I have a mountain of these books, right? But I've got this. Let's just do this. So I've got this, right, which is the GM's guide for the main book, and in here it has. Oh yeah, I think creating characters. Yeah, so in here it has some pointers on things based on some of these background elements. So like called out superior, the character got a ranked demotion for calling out the superior and is trying to work their way back up. The superior they called out requests aid from the character and their ship. Calling out the superior led to a failed mission, and now the character is on a similar one. So this had some extra ideas based off of based off of what backgrounds you've got. So that's interesting. I think there's another section in here around the same kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's something to think about. That I'll be thinking about. Yeah, there you go. So I'll stop rambling and I'll get back over here. I've lost my mouse. And as I'm going to say every time I ever use this thing, I'm really going to have to get around to using, what's it called? Got to set up some macros in my OBS. As opposed to having to do everything by hand, because it's a right nuisance, eh? So, that's the ship. It's a Constitution class. We're on our 5-year voyage. I think the main thing, her trait is deep space exploration. She's got advanced research facilities, a deluxe galley. Got to eat good, right? Improved damage control and rugged design were the things we selected for the ship. Another thing that I often do is I confuse what elements from which system I'm supposed to be using, because I do a lot of Star Trek Adventure. Now, for some reason, when I've rescaled the yeah, exactly, right. I keep, but the thing is, I keep on thinking about doing it every time I sit there and go, gee, it would be really useful if I did it. And then I get offline and I forget to do it. So now I've just realised why I had the UI mod that I had turned on. And so let's turn back on that UI mod. Manage modules. UI. Alcars. Save. Yes. Because my momentum and threat buttons disappear otherwise. Anyway, so back here. Cool. Top bananas. Record journal. There we go. Solo. Yes. Captain's log. Yes. We're on our way. Yes. So this was the rough adventure that I knocked together. So Captain's log. We've approached the star system. We've approached the star system Geralt. The system has been producing unusual electromagnetic waves, despite there not appearing to be a star here. We've been detecting the indications that there is one. Upon further investigation, we have discovered what appears to be a superstructure set up around the sun. My science officer is very excited, and I have to say for myself, I'm also quite intrigued. We're currently attempting to set up communications with the object to further our understanding of the situation. And so what we rolled up originally was whilst performing a routine mapping exercise in Beta Quadrant, Sector 2117, Epsilon Beta Pi, when we discovered anomalous readings that have led us to the discovery of a Dyson Sphere. I wonder what has happened here. Demo record system to make a video audio drama of my logs. That's a long-term project. Yeah, I mean, so one of the things that one of my overarching objectives with doing the streams is it forces me to procrastinate less than I normally do, right? So I'm always really in awe when I see other kind of solo RPG creators really go the whole hog and kind of make basically like you're saying audio dramas, and really so someone who was doing 5th edition stuff where they were kind of they're doing voices, they clearly had kind of like run the adventure and consolidated it into something really well packaged and presentable. For me, I'm just rough and dirty. I just pauses, gaps, all the bad things go on in here. Including, I think I was playing Cyber Generation the other day, and I just forgot an entire section of stuff that I was supposed to do. Whatever, these things happen. So what I try and do, if we look at what we got, so we've got the Dyson Sphere, and a large iris opens up on the outside, a giant airlock which is large enough for the ship to go through. And the captain turns to a first officer, and the first officer looks back at her and kind of gives her a bit of a disappointed shake of the head, and she kind of shrugs and goes, take us in. And so this, because you can see in the distance, kind of like through this darkened passage, they're going to head through, and of course it's all very quiet. We're in space after all, and the ship kind of slowly goes through the entrance, and arrives on the other side, and you can see kind of like the sun in the distance, and all around the outside. What's now the inside surface is just it's like continents and like a whole world on the inside of this ship. Actually, I'd say it orbited an iron sun, so actually there is no light in here. There's just a giant. The sun is inert. And we head in. Now, let me edit this so we can start putting down our stuff, right? So 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scenes. So scene 1. Scene 1. Yeah, well, scene 1, we're entering the ship. I've got to get my matrices and everything out. It's been a little while. Since I've done this. Here we go. Just pop that down there. Another situation where we need the camera capture. Yep, so narrate to a task, roll the dice, determine the impact, narrate the outcome, repeat until finished. That's for the full game, not this game. So yeah, okie dokie. Narrate to a task, roll the dice, determine the impact, narrate the outcome. Yeah, as we head in. She turns around to the science officer and are we detecting any life signs in here? And it responds at the moment. Are we detecting any life signs? Let's do the goods. I think it's 50-50. Let's go with 50-50. I need a D20. I don't have one. You'll do. D20. And I was doing 50-50, right? So 13. No, there are no life signs. No, Captain. No life signs of the immediate vicinity. Long range scans are saying the same. Are there life signs? No. Any energy readings? Again, 50-50. Yes, there's energy readings. Yes. Are the energy readings on the surface of the inner surface of the Dyson Sphere? No. Okie dokie. are the energy readings on the inner surface of the sphere. No. So this means it's probably some kind of installation. So there's a orbiting installation closer to the iron sun, where the energy is concentrated, right? Yeah. So we've detected this here thing, and any signs of any defense systems. I'm going to think. No, are there any defense systems? I think it's going to be somewhat probable that there are defense systems. 16. There are no defense systems. Are there defense systems on the orbital? No. At least none that threaten the ship. Okie dokie. So, with that out of the way, we set course towards the object. Are we able to make our way towards the object without interruption? 50-50? 6. Yes, we're able to make our way towards the ship without interruption. Are we able... This is amazing compared to the last one of these that I did, where literally everything I rolled came up bad, right? This time, everything's going nice and smooth. There's no problems at all. No concerns, no worries. Happy days. The ship is fine. Are we able to make it to the object without incident? Yes. Now, not object. Right, top bananas. We've still got no massive issues here, so we will scan the installation. Now, have we got anything interesting here? Locations and starships? That might be interesting. System generation, notable generation, civilization generation, societies, locations, cosmic matrix maybe. No, these are mostly... No, this isn't what I'm looking for. You're not what I'm after. Ships and stations, here we go. Systems hit, minor catastrophic. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. That's ship damage. Downtime for maintenance. No, none of you really kind of tick my boxes. Name generators. I do like the name generator. That was good fun. I used the name generator a little while ago. Allies and adversaries, probability matrix. Yeah, my gaunt security officer and Ferengi ambassador nearly died. I had similar incidents. Legitimately, it was like I had 5 terrible scenes. So this is going quite calm. Okay, given that's not rewarding me, let's do alien species, dungeon traps, cursors, sound, smells, legends, abilities, starship. Let's click on this one. Interesting technology. Cool. Right. Captain, the station seems to be using some kind of magnetic technology to collect and generate energy from this iron star. There's not much, but there is some. The granularity and the capability of the superconductors must be truly remarkable. I'd love to be able to send an away. No, we're in thingy. I'd love to be able to send a boarding mission over to the ship. If that would be acceptable to you. So there is interesting technology on the station. Is the station big? Right? Is the station big? I think that's I often do this, right? I sit here and I witter away with the wrong thing on the screen. Really, I should probably hide the camo capture. Hello, we're back. And then enable the small capture window. There we go. See, now we can see both. 12. So yeah, it's a big station. It's a big station. Mission 2, seeing my officers fighting themselves throughout Act 1. Mission 3. So one thing that I do find with Captain's Log is I find trying to stick to the 15 scenes difficult. I either find that I'm just going along way too quickly, or I'm not going along fast enough. And really figuring out where I'm supposed to cut my scenes is still an art that I'm learning. Much the same with Mythic, actually. With Mythic, I find it hard to really decide how to deal with the scenes. But we only do as we can, and we try. That's my view on it as a humble slime. I feel that kind of like this first scene is kind of resolving. Is the station big? Yes. It's a vast, bigger than the Constitution class by a long way. Is the station big? Yes, it's vast, bigger than the Constitution class by a long way. The science officer wants to take a boarding team. We allow them. So, scene 2. Does the boarding team reach? I also have a problem around setting up my scenes, right? So the ship heads over to the they get on a shuttle pod and transport across, whilst the captain sits in her seat on the station, not the station, sits in a seat on the bridge, watching with curiosity as to what is going to occur. And let's just do the old start. Yeah, let's go to where did it go? Where's my probability matrix gone? Yes, no. Right, there we are. Oh, it's before VM. Okay, cool. Let's ask ourselves a question first. Does the crew make it safely on board? Question mark. And this, of an 18, I'd have had to have said that it was highly probable in order for them to go. I was going to say it's probably probable that they get across safely. However, with an 18, something happens. So, what on earth has happened here? Complications, please. Complications, themes, and incidents. Complications. 7. Disease outbreak. Yeah, outbreak of a plague content. Yes. Okay, right. Let's think. What happens? There's a tractor beam activates and holds the grabs hold of the shuttle. Systems across the giant space station start to appear to spring into life as the shuttle is pulled towards the space station. We are going to captured the ship. The shuttlecraft has been is being pulled into the station. To which I'm going. Captain turns around and goes, "Can we lock onto it with our own tractor beams?" Now, no, wrong group. So let's get her up, and let's get the spaceship up. Right. I think that's going to require a engineering and weapons roll. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Do we have a focus that helps or a talent? Not really. No. But that's 2 successes, right? So we managed to, and I think that gives me a point of momentum, right? I can't remember. In Thingamajig, that would give me a point of momentum. Does it give me a point of momentum here? Does it matter? I don't really care. I'll take that point of momentum. Right. We managed to tractor beam onto the shuttle. Now both tractor beams are holding the shuttle, where it vaguely in place. So let's go. Is our tractor beam able to override the alien tractor beam, or are both tractor beams kind of pulling it at the same time? I think it's probably improbable that our tractor beam is able to do this, because it is fancy super alien tech, right? An 11. No, so both of the tractor beams are attached, and they're both kind of trying to pull the shuttle in different directions, and the shuttle's kind of vibrating, right? Captain, the shuttle, it's being pulled in 2 directions. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to keep this up unless we destroy the shuttle. So she's going to turn around and go. What skills has she got? Are we able to hail the ship? Are we able to hail the station? So let's go. Are we able to hail the station? I think this is. We'll get a response from a hail on the station. I think this is going to be probable. Let's see. 19. We don't get a response when we hail the station. Okay, let's just note some of that down. I wasn't expecting that, but here we go. Right. Does the crew safely board? Something happens. The shuttle is captured by an alien tractor beam. We have hold of it with our own tractor beam, but the shuttle is being put under great strain. Under great strain. Oh no. Right. Well then, and the station is not responding to our hails. So I also think let's see, through a quick check of what we know. Right. Yeah. Does the AI attempt to use our hail to piggyback onto our systems. Right? I think this is somewhat probable. 19. Doesn't. It's not able to just yet. Clearly the AI is still trying to figure out what our encryption codes are and how to speak Federation computer. Tea. Delicious. Love tea. Okay. The alien AI does not yet understand how to access computer language. Meaning, so fine. I think we're going to have to let the ship go unless is engineering able to come up with a sub-positronic feedback loop to overload the other tractor beam, right? Can we identify where the tractor beam's coming from and shoot at it? Though let's double check her skill, her character for a moment. Tabitha, never judge a book by its cover. Always expect the unexpected. So I think she sits there and ponders for a moment, right, as to what she should do, and she turns to her first officer and says, "Deactivate the tractor beam. Perhaps there's another way of dealing with this, right?" And so they deactivate the tractor beam, and the shuttle's taken on board, right? Captain orders the tractor beam deactivated, so the shuttle is not damaged. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. I accidentally hit F11 there for a moment. That's not what we wanted. So she's decided to let the shuttle go onto the alien ship, right? So I think that's a minus, right? I think that scene didn't end in our favour. Scene 3. Trying to find where the crew has gone. So I was watching someone who was really good at this. It might have been with Just Gaming. I've watched a few Star Trek ones where they're really good at building up the scene. When the scene transitions happen. So try and capture some of that magic, right? Is there anything for us to roll? I'll share the little book. Share the little bookaroo. So these complications didn't make a huge amount of sense when we did. So this is very much mission generation. Generate threat spends. Yeah, this I probably should have paid some attention to. It's the NX class. Rubbish spaceship. Even for its time. Non-player character goals, character archetypes. Dark matter life forms. That sounds interesting. We don't need life form creation. Locations of spaceships. So this is where I failed to find what I wanted last time. Family events. This isn't. Yeah, this is something to think about for another adventure. No. Okay. Funny, really. What was I thinking about? Right, yeah, this thing. Let's not ask for the STA adventure book. You shoe. No, there we go. Right, let's have a quick look at. Where's my mouse gone? Here it is. Let's have a look at where's you shoe. Shoe. Oh no. Where did I put it? Mythic. No, Mythic. Where'd you go, Mythic? I accidentally closed it. Mythic macros. I've lost it. It's gone. Oh no, there it is. We're back. Back in business. Tone. That sounds good. 38. 91. Frightening strong. Interesting. Locations. What have we got here? Fortunate. Suspicious. Okay. Okie dokie, fine. So we're trying to figure out where the crew have gone. Are we able to detect? Are we able to follow the life signs? Follow the life signs on the station? Question mark. Let's see. Are we able to? I think 50-50. There might be some kind of magical alien shield. There might not. 12. No, we cannot. So we can't detect. No, we cannot. Are we able to identify the energy type on the ship, on the station? Question mark. Again, 50-50. 18. No, we cannot. It's a very mysterious ship, isn't it? We can't figure out what the ship's made out, what the station energy source really is in storage, and we can't detect any life signs of the ship. So we can presume that the station is heavily shielded to our continued scans. This seems to be a new occurrence since we attempted to board the station. So since we've tried to board the station, this shield's come up and we can't do anything. And my crew's over there. So can we? Where's she gone? Tabitha, come back. Diplomacy, leading by example, team dynamics, composure. I want to fret. Control F. Fret. This is let's. Ow, my eye itches. Fret. Go there. No, page 192. 192. Follow your expectations. Reroll, momentum, fret. When you attempt an action, sometimes things will go wrong. Perhaps the odds are against you, or maybe the action you're attempting simply proved to be more difficult than expected. Fret is a counterpoint to momentum, providing additional hurdles. When fret occurs, things get more difficult and you need to handle it. Frets generate when you roll a 20. Yeah, okay. You can never have more than 1 point of fret. This is, yeah. Okay, cool. So, create a complication. This is something I need to get better at as well. Utilising complications and whatnots. So, my question here is reason engineering. Let's see if we can come up with some kind of technobabble way of getting through the shields. Never judge a so we don't have any wins there. Oh, but with a 3 and an 8, we definitely managed to figure something out. So with this this new approach that we've come up with, are we able? So Captain comes up with an exciting proposal around utilizing the deflector array, because it's always a deflector array to boost the short range scanners. Does this allow us to penetrate the sensor shields? Question. I think it's 50-50. 4. Yes. Yes. And there is no complications, right? And so scene 4. I kind of feel. Does I feel like, aha, we've managed to get access to the sensor array. Scene 4. Okay, scene 4. Now that the sensors are able to penetrate the station with the use of the deflector array. We should probably make a note that the deflector array is currently not doing its job and it is instead helping keeping our sensors working. Worth noting that means the deflector array is no longer doing its day job. It's a bit like me, really. Cool. Right. Can we detect our boarding team? Question mark. 1. Yes. Yes. Are we able to raise the boarding team on comms? I think this is 50-50. 12. No. No, we are unable to raise them. Are we able to see if they are in good condition? Question mark. I think, given that we can't raise comms, I think it's somewhat improbable that we can get their current medical state. But let's see. So 20. No, we cannot, and that's a complication. Phew, a complication. See, this time I've been hoping for a complication. Things have been going so well. No, and we have a complication. So that's a point of threat. Donk. And what's the threat? Create a complication and you can spend threat immediately when it's accrued. If you do this, you introduce a new danger into your current scene. This is a twist to your story, perhaps a new adversary arrives, or another emergency appears that demands your urgent attention. Narrate how the situation gets worse for your captain or roll on the threat spend matrix on 278. You could also choose to roll on the complication matrix or any other matrix wherein things can become worse. Well, seeing as we know that the core issue here is this AI wants to do a runner, I think that suddenly the ship's systems start to go that sound of a hard drive being accessed when your computer's not supposed to be doing anything, that kind of sound, and some beeps going on, and they turn to the captain. Yes, it appears that there seems to be something attempting to access our computer system. It seems to be coming through the sensor array that we've got configured. What kind of thing attempting to access our computer systems? Be a bit more specific, man. It seems like there's some kind of computer access is occurring. Is it any of our crew? No, definitely not. They're not using any access codes. It's as if something's attempting to brute force our firewalls. And they're coming in over the scanner arrays. It appears that way. Yes, sir. Well, it seems we've shut down the scanner arrays. So the question is, are we able to shut down the scanner arrays? I think it's probably somewhat improbable. Right? 17. No, we're unable to turn off the scanner arrays. Okay, right. So something is trying to hack our computers over the scanner arrays. The scanner arrays will not turn off. Maybe this is some kind of fiendish trick on behalf of our opposition. I think this will make life more difficult for us. So the computers are currently being over stressed. The sensors aren't doing their kind of key job anymore. So she is going to attempt to raise the station on hailing frequencies again. Attempts to raise station on hailing frequencies. Do they respond? I think it's somewhat improbable. 9. No, so they do not. They do no. They do not respond. So she's going to turn and go. What can we do about increasing the security of our system? Increasing the security. How are the firewalls doing? She says. The first firewall layer has been penetrated. We're attempting to erect more firewall solutions as we speak. So let's see the USS Endeavor and computers and security. That sounds about right. Perform task. Roll. Oreos. So we spent a threat to get a danger. And there's a complication. What's the other complication? What's the next complication going to be? The next complication is going to be that the iris that we'd come through is closed, right? The iris we have entered the Dyson Sphere through has closed. We are trapped. That was not an obvious thing that was going to happen, was it? Not at all. With one success, we're barely with Oh yeah, how do we earn momentum again? Momentum granting saved or used 1 point. You know, either have momentum or you do not. Track momentum, blah 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 blah. You always begin a new mission without momentum. Momentum earned during play. You can spend. So it doesn't. What? Why didn't you tell me how momentum is generated? Right. You may use momentum generated to eliminate a threat. You may begin a new. You always begin a mission. You can spend momentum. Okay. How do I generate momentum? Generate momentum. Generate momentum. I don't know. Only 1 point can be accrued. That's funny. Momentum. Your roll succeeds if you roll equal to or under the target number on one or more dice. Right, your roll succeeds if you roll equal to or under the target number on one or more dice. However, if both dice are under the target number, you get momentum. That is how you get it. I thought it probably was, but I wanted to make sure. So we do have a point of momentum. Now, I'm going to spend that point of momentum to resist. Spend momentum to. Yeah, that's right. I can do that. We'll see. Momentum spent on a success. Add some new benefit to your relationship to complications. Anyway, when in doubt, spend it how you like. To improve the firewalls, right? So, system's still being hacked, but the firewalls are holding for now. So I think that this scene kind of concludes with us battling against the computer invaders, and things are not going too good. So negative there. Scene 5. Overload the sensor array. Right, so we're going to try and overload the sensor array so that the intrusive computer problem cannot continue to be a problem. Right, so we're going to try and overload the sensor array, and I think that's going to be a ship's sensors and engineering. Right, straight up perform task. 17 and 16. Okay, no 20, so nothing's gone terribly wrong. The crew are unable to route enough power through the array using normal means. So we're going to go, is the intruder getting further into our computer systems? I think it's probable. 10. Yes. Yes. So the security officer goes, another firewall has fallen. There's kind of like red alerts, and some of the screens are starting to present strange and unusual writing on them, right? Strange and unusual writing. Writing starts to appear on some of the screens, and terminals terminals as the security barriers fail. Can we take more destructive action to disable the sensor arrays? Can we go down and shoot something? Right. I think this is probable. 17. No, we are not able. We are not able to, because the security defense systems around the sensor array main computer room have been activated, and they are designating crew members as hostile. The captain kind of scowls at that report. What? And she's going to go down herself. She is, after all, daring. So she's going to head down to the captain heads down to the sensor array and meets up with the security team. She assesses the situation. What's the situation? Captain, the phaser turrets down there are opening fire on us, and we're currently unable to get down the corridor, right? And she looks around. Let's use the Jeffries tube, she says, right? So there's a Jeffries tube. She opens it up, she taps with a little number to get over the security override for the panel, takes off the panel, peers in the panel, and she's going for it, right? So I think we're going to use daring and security. Daring and engineering. Daring and security, right? She's going to go down this side corridor, come out, pew pew, laser beam the security turrets, do a barrel roll, get out of harm's way. That's the goal. Perform task. I think leading by example, so she's got to focus. Roll dice. 4 and a 3. Oh, look at that. Look at that. She goes down, leaps through, pew 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 pew, pew pews the phaser turrets, disabling them with skillful ease, right? And she stands up and kind of brushes herself off, and then opens the sensor room, where the sensor main computing room, where kind of like the things are of course glowing abnormally, and the security team comes in. The security team lays explosives. They close the door, exit, blow it up. Now let's roll to see how that goes. Regardless, I think that the system will be done. It's just a question of how much more damage is going to happen. 18 and 8, so that's one success. So I'm going to spend this momentum. I'm keeping this momentum point. The explosion goes off, and the sensor array is down. So that's going to be a little while. Several days of repairs are going to have to be done to get that material out of stores. But the ship shakes, and the red alerts are definitely red alerting. And has that stopped the incursion I think it's a 50-50. Right? I like 50-50. It has stopped the incursion for now. The incursion for now appears to have been thwarted with the destruction of the sensor array main computer. Awesome. So that's the end of Act 1. We currently have no functioning sensor array. Our deflector dish isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, and we've lost our science crew somewhere on a giant alien space station. Everything's fine, nothing's going wrong, and I think that will be a fine place to leave this first part of this episode. So thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to playing games later. I'll probably be doing Cyber Generation tomorrow. I might change my mind and play Old School Essentials, or I might play Star Trek, but I think it's going to be Cyber Generation. That's kind of how I'm feeling, and that is what I've already pre-prepped on the channel. I know that I said Sacrifice in the schedule, but I can't be bothered. I'm probably going to be in Sacrifice. But cool. Top Bananas, thank you. It's been fun. As always, have fun, be good. Slime you later.